Finally, northern political leaders are tired and fed up with Nigeria under Tinubu, and now they beg the man of the moment to save them from the impunity of this government.
First, we as an association of Northern Nigeria, we resolve to support the National Opposition Coalition Group for the transitional politics towards 2027. We resolve to engage the 19 northern governors on the terrible situation in the north, the endemic poverty, the destitution, the insecurity, the unemployment, and that is facing northern Nigeria.
To start with, you are complaining about poverty in the north, and you forgot that before Tinubu came, there was Buhari for 8 years. Viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again on this platform where we tell you undiluted truth. Nigerians, Tinubu government of impunity is teaching many politicians a lesson, especially those of them in the opposition currently. More especially the northern politicians. Today they have gathered to mobilize against Tinubu come 2027. Their resolution and press conference is what we need to hear. Then I'm coming back to teach them the real lesson they are not learning yet. I'll be right back.
We have resolved on basically 8 issues. First, we approve our constitution as an association of Northern Nigeria. Then 2, we approve the leadership of the LND, which was read out. We will give you the the list before the end of this. We have the list somewhere. Then 3, we resolve to support the National Opposition Coalition Group for the transitional politics towards 2027. Then 4, we resolve to contribute in the dialogue on either to register a new political party to drive as the vehicle to drive the politics, or fuse into the existing political party, whichever is agreed. The National Coalition Group set up 2 committees, among others, 2 committees. One, to consider the desirability or feasibility of registering a new political party, and 2, to consider fusing into an existing political party. Both committees submitted their reports. The committee for fusing into another political party is headed by Governor Lemoke, and then the committee for registering a new political party was chaired by Governor Rotimi Amechi. I was the secretary of that subcommittee for the registering of the new political parties. We made our submissions, and then former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai brought out a suggestion that, a complaint that SDP is also interested to be considered for that fusing. So for that, the committee set up 30th of this month to decide either to go with ADC or form a new SDP or form a new political party. So we in the LND here, we have resolved to support that position, and our first option is to register a new political party. But where the final decision is taken to fuse into another political party, we will be supportive of that, and we will work with the committee to fuse into another, the existing political party. Actually, this is the 8th resolution that I put it here. But then number 5, we resolve to engage the 19 northern governors on the terrible situation in the north, the endemic poverty, the destitution, the insecurity, the unemployment, and that is facing northern Nigeria, most of us have agreed that the biggest problem in this is the inertia of our 19 northern governors. So we resolve that we are going to engage them one way or the other. Then the sixth is we resolve to mobilize the North and by extension all Nigerians to pressure government, especially legislators, to uphold, defend, and protect the Constitution of Nigeria. All of you here, I'm sure you are very familiar with the Constitution. I will give you two examples of what happened in Delta and then one happened in Kebbi. The legislators, the entire gamut of legislators in Delta and Kebbi states moved from their sponsored political party, PDP, to APC. The provision of Section 68 of the Constitution of Nigeria stated without any ambiguity that any legislator at the national level that leaves his political party that sponsored him to a new political party shall, he said, shall vacate his seat. And subsection 2 compels the leadership of the National Assembly to declare those seats vacant. We saw it in Delta and we saw it in Kebbi. Nothing happened. Previously, there were others too. Now, the point we are trying to make here is that unless we abide by the provision of the Constitution, and in interpreting that section of the Constitution, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, 7 justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, led by former Justice Dotijo, interpreted that provision that such a faction, if there is a faction, such a faction shall take the entire gamut of the party, ward, local government, state, zone, and national. It shall be at the national level. We all know that there is no such faction in PDP. Yet PDP legislators will leave, and then nothing happens. The Senate President will not will not declare this thing vacant because it is they have moved into his political party. So party expediency became more convincing a consideration than the constitutional provision. This is a slide into dictatorship. And until we stand, so we are resolved in the League of Northern Democrats to stand up and challenge the leadership of the National Assembly, challenge the Senate President, challenge the House of Representatives, and then the House of Assembly Speaker. You must abide by the provision of the Nigerian Constitution, which you held in your hand, and you held your Bible or you held the Quran, and swore to God Almighty that you will uphold, you will defend, and you will protect this Constitution. Yet you are failing in it. So the citizens refusing to take up on civil resistance against such impunity, the citizens of Nigeria are responsible. So we will mobilize the citizens of Nigeria to challenge this so as to halt, a slide to dictatorship. Then the 7th one is that in our dialogue towards the coalition, our first option is for a new political party, and fusing into an existing party becomes a primary alternative for us. So this is the resolution that the resolutions that we have reached in this, and this is what we are going out in public to mobilize and organize and ensure that it is done for the safety of our country.
Good. Nigerians, you've heard it. You've seen it. What can you make of it? To start with, you are complaining about poverty in the north. Poverty in the north. That is why you are mobilizing against Tinubu. And you forgot that before Tinubu came, there was Buhari for 8 years. What did he do to improve in the poverty the poverty situation of the Northerners. He did nothing. And you guys were busy amassing primitive wealth for yourselves. And you forgot the table fit change. Come to even think of it, that from time immemorial, the North have been in control of not just power, but the resources of this country. Even the resources at the Niger Delta is in the hands of Northern elites. What have they done with it to improve the poverty of their people? That means to improve the life of their people and to getting them out of poverty. Nothing. Today, you are ranting. Well, it is good. But I want to also remind you, while you were playing the politics of religion, Muslim ticket, how far? How far? Oh, it is no longer paying you. Oh, it is no longer favoring you. Now you want to mobilize Nigerians. You see, now that is where the lesson comes for the Nigerian people. It all boils down on you. Anytime they want to play that politics, it will all boil down on you. That is to tell you that you are the ones with the actual power, not the political elites. But they will only use poverty and hunger to manipulate you as Nigerians while you continue being victims. Because soon, if things are not gotten right and they succeed and they have fallen into the hand of a wrong person, irrespective of where the person comes from, whether from the east, north, west, or south, and the system continues as usual, you continue being the victims. And some people will say, now you know all of this, why do you always press that people should go out and vote? Do you have any other option? Somebody was telling me, we're not going to vote. There is voter apathy. There is voter apathy. People are not. Then this government of impunity must have succeeded. If you want to, I know, I'm not asking if you want, I know many Nigerians from the east, north, west, and south, apart from these corrupt and personified politicians, especially jumping to APC wagon, apart from them, every other Nigerians believe in retiring and terminating this government of impunity once and for all. And thank God they're all gathering together under one party system to join APC.
I just need to tell those ones saying one party system is no good. It's one party ruling and driving the aspiration of Nigerians. You don't blame a people bailing out of a sinking ship when they have no life jacket.
Consequently, we, as leaders of the party, the All Progressive Congress, and heads of subnational governments in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, have resolved to throw our weight behind Mr. President and to champion his re-election campaign in 2027 for a second term. It is therefore my humble pleasure to move that this August Assembly adopt and concur the position of progressive governors, that Mr. President carries our flag 2027 and governors take responsibility for delivering this mandate. I so move. Those in favor of this motion say aye. Again, say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support, give me your voice and say aye. And those against say nay. They are not here. No, nay. The ayes have it. The ayes have it.
I hereby affirm the various endorsements and declare President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the sole presidential candidate of APC.
We are going to retire them, every one of them, once and for all, come 2027. What they want to achieve is to dissuade Nigerians from coming out to join the ballot revolution come 2027. I'm sounding it as a note of warning and advice to Nigerians, because ultimately now you go be the victims. You will be the express direct victims, not even the politicians. So it's about you and not about Peter Obi. Because they're going to be selling these ideas. Because they thrive in impunity. They want to make you believe that the constitution can never work in this country, that your election can never count. I must tell you that your election is counting. It is only just few of you Nigerians, the ordinary suffering Nigerians, that are being used to rig elections for them, to rewrite election results for them. Because you don't see politicians and their loved ones in the polling unit, apart from them coming with their motorcade of security to cast their vote and leave. Who does the dirty jobs for them? You, the ordinary Nigerians. You rig elections for them by rewriting election results for them, by carrying ballot box for them, by posing as a security officer of any sort to intimidate and harass other voters, by staying on the media to promote the narrative of impunity, by mobilizing for them, by even wearing their t-shirt, no matter how much you are being paid, until Nigerians get to that point. There is no hope for them. Until the people treat anyone that supports this government of impunity in any way like a leper, like an outcast, they will not understand the damage they are causing to the rest of every one of us. Because they will collect these peanuts and put the rest of everyone into problem. And many people will believe with that mentality that it is not possible. I was addressing it with one of my friends who said it's not possible, that these people have taken over everywhere. That is the mentality they want to sell to Nigerian people, so as to be able to succeed in recycling themselves back into power come 2027. And we must resist it. And that's why I'm saying it. When you say it's not possible, nothing can happen, there's no need to vote. That is exactly what they want to achieve. Because they can't achieve that without your help, without your sanction, without your assistance, and they give you peanuts in the name of it. Then every one of us will be in problem. It is time Nigerian people must say no to this nonsense and end this madness once and for all. Because when you say nothing can happen, that is when you will now be able to collect peanuts and say, that is the narrative. That is what some of these people that work for this APC says. Whether as a right neck official, whether as any person working in the court or whatever, we are all victims of this nonsense and we must put a stop to it. And that is why I'm making this video. So I want you to share this video to everyone. And I believe by now, these certain elites are learning their lesson, and they have no option. They have no option than one man. Because there is no other person Nigerian people can trust its credibility to deliver good governance, apart from Peter Obi, who goes at any point in time and opportunity, sells his idea to the Nigerian people, rekindling the hope for good governance.
I maintain, and I still maintain, the insecurity in Nigeria, especially in the north, rests on poverty.
And I must tell you, especially these certain elites and the politicians, if they like, make they no learn lesson from what happened in 2023. If they like, let them play the politics of Muslim ticket. If they like, let them play the politics of a Milocon. It is their turn. By the time 2027 comes, it will be a revolution between the APC and the people, not even the opposition party. And that is why I'm making this video. So if you believe in this message, if you understand this message, share it. I'm a lone voice in the wilderness, the advocate for good governance, preaching this gospel and sounding this note of warning and advice to Nigerian people. In case you are saying, you are not going to be part of the election, you are agitating for this or that, that can never happen without this due process. Because people who do not respect their own constitution, even as bad as Nigerian constitution is, tell me what you can make of it. My brother is in the jail, in detention, in trial, under the Nigerian constitution, yet they can't obey their own constitution they use in trying Nnamdi Kanu. How then do you expect this kind of people to free you? Say, give us Biafra, give us Oduduwa, give us Arewa. Nobody's giving anything to you. Freedom is taken, and it's taken through process. I am not an advocate for violent takeover of power. I am not an advocate of violent and bloody revolution, because ultimately it is the people that will be the victims. It is the people that will be the victims. And the politicians will be the beneficiary of all of those processes, especially in Nigeria as it is today. It will be selling cat or monkey to buy a cat. You understand? Or selling a dog to buy a monkey. Whichever way. It is from frying pan to fire. So that's why we advocate for ballot revolution. And that is the power of the people. Because if these certain elects did not know that it is you, the ordinary Nigerian, that have the power, they will not be saying we will mobilize Nigerians, because they know they have no power. Forget about the politicians that are defecting. They and their family cannot produce more than 10 votes from themselves and their family. Even those working under them will vote against them. Didn't it happen in 2023? I'm telling you, my people, the power lies on you, but it depends on how you decide to use it. Let us use this correctly come 2027. Then, that is the only time freedom we preach for the Nigerian people and for all indigenous people trapped in Nigeria will be achieved. I said, share this message to every Nigerian and to all platforms. I still remain Tinubu Peter, sweating it out to deliver this message to you. The least you can do is to click on the share button. Join the ballot revolution. Join GGN campaign to redeem and to free Nigerians from bad governance. Let the discussion continue in the comment section, my people. Bye-bye for now. GGN, uniting the people for good governance.